Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Jay Nixon.
Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle listened to Governor Jay Nixon's legislative priorities for 2015 during his annual State of the State address. Nixon's address covered a myriad of topics, but didn't contain the specifics lawmakers were hoping to hear.
There was statements of things like, we need to look at transportation funding. Well, we all know that. Or the only specific proposals that the governor made tonight going forward were more social spending, more government programs, and expanding the role of government. I think those things are all going to face a very difficult road here in the General Assembly. During
his speech, Nixon also presented his proposed budget for 2016. His budget calls for an increase of more than $125 million for the state's education foundation formula. However, part of the increase requires the General Assembly to pass several pieces of new legislation, including expanding Medicaid.
We have to go off the facts. We have to go off the actual numbers. The actual numbers submitted tonight by the governor was about a $50 to $60 million increase in K through 12 for the foundation formula, and that's probably pretty consistent with the numbers that we had in mind for the budget tonight. The rest of it's purely rhetoric.
On the other side of the aisle, the House's top Democrat likes the approach because it attaches consequences to not passing the legislation.
So if we don't get this done, we're looking at $150 million funding less for this. We're looking at $50 million less for that. I mean, I think it's important for people to realize the consequences of not passing the legislation.
The budget process now begins as lawmakers craft their version of the state's operating budget based off of the governor's recommendations. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Jonathan Lorenz.